नंदलाला
भजो गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भजो गोविंदा जय गोपाला
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
ओम अकंदमंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः प्रेम से बोलो गुरु महाराज की जय। Kindly take your seat. Allow me to welcome each and every one of you here to this beautiful Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, this beautiful Monday evening, as we join with the Chinmaya Mission of Guyana for their 108 nights of Bhagavad Gita chanting continuously. And I believe tonight is the 18th night? 21 night, sorry. Tonight is the 21 night of Bhagavad Gita chanting that has started 20 nights ago. And it is indeed a blessing for all of us to have been in this beautiful Tirath as we welcome Swamiji Prakashanandaji. On behalf of myself and the members of the Mandir, we would like to welcome you to this beautiful Mandir. My dear friends, just quickly, I'll give you a little introduction about Swamiji. Swamiji was born in Trinidad, and he has a very extensive background in academics, in political science and philosophy from the York University in Canada. A few years later, he was inspired by Puja Swami Chinmayanandaji, and he traveled to India in 1991 to study Vedanta and Sanskrit. After completing his studies for a few years, he served in Bharat for 6 years in India, and then he returned to Trinidad and he took the Sannyasa Diksha in 2005. Under his leadership, Swamiji has revolutionized Chinmaya in Trinidad, and which operates 7 schools, including a highly advanced high school, which has been flourishing. And now for over 20 years, Swamiji has been coming back and forth from Trinidad to Guyana, and he has been given lots and lots of pravachan, and now he has established a mission here in Guyana. So I know you're all eager to listen to Swamiji, so I'll leave that with you. So thank you to all of you for being here, and we'll now hand the microphone directly over to Swamiji.
Radhe 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 Govinda
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 Krishna Mukunda
Krishna Mukunda
Bal Govinda
Radha Govinda
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha ॐ श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दाय प्रपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। हरि ओम्। श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
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 न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिना
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तसमाचरन्
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
Krishna Kanaya Lal Ki Jai. This is verse number 26 of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The third chapter is entitled Karma Yoga. And Karma Yoga I've been talking about the last few days and explaining all the basics and fundamentals of this very esoteric idea of the rishis. And that is to transform your everyday karma into karma yoga. Some certain type of attitude in the mind is required. So what we do on a daily basis is called as karma, because it is selfish. We are only seeking our own welfare, our own growth, our own whatever. It is called karma. And karma leads to bondage. And this is a big word, bandhana, in Sanskrit. And I explained that also. Bondage means I have to take birth after birth after birth to come and reap the result of all of these karmas and all. And from birth to birth, there is one sorrow, one disease, all sorts of things happening every day. And one of the biggest bondages, we see all sorts of really bad things happening in this world every day, and there's nothing you could do about it. You could do anything? People killing people, all murder, rape, robbery, this bombing, what do you call, flight colliding mid-air this week in the US. Everybody there. You could do anything. But this is the sansar you chose. This is sansar we chose. A sansar that has so much of evil. Slave trade, 12 million slaves they brought from Africa to this part of the world. And beat the people and deculturize them and treat them like animals, put them in chains and work them. Burn them at the stake, all kind of thing. This is the sansar we chose. How terrible things in this world. And nobody could do anything. And do you know? And all I'm telling you because of bondage. What I'm talking about is bondage. Once we do work as karma only, we are bound to come back in this world and experience this whole thing again and again and again. 12 million slaves in 250 years. The slave trade. Across. And today, with all the technology and all AI and all things that we are talking about, there are 50 million slaves on the earth today. And who could do anything? And the number is not going down, it is going up. 5 years ago, there was just 45 million. This is Sansar. Welcome to Sansar. And you're bound to come back here and experience this thing over and over. And we don't know in which lifetime I will be one of these slaves. Because if I take in this world, and I don't learn to give, all that I have taken, I have to go and give back. And this happens every day. Let me tell you, this is not no far-fetched thing. These are regular things. I'll give you my own example and I'll tell you. Look here. And you tell me if this is not going on in the world. And this is how we fall prey to the sansaric process, and we fall prey to bondage. At one time, I was working for the government. This is a true story now. Right? Working for the government. Now, you have to be in the government office from 8 to 4, right? 8 to 4. This is working hours. Well, the culture in the office is when I'm the most junior person, I now enter. The culture is there what? From 8 hours, you work 2 hours. That is the culture. You work 2 hours. 2 hours worth of work. You spread it out in the whole day. In other words, I experimented there. And I know whatever I had done that whole day, I could have done in 2 hours. And in many days, we just go there and work for the 2 hours, and the next rest of the hours is less lahe. I don't know what you call lahe in Guyana. Skylark. Correct, right. Skylark. Now let me tell you, that environment is so toxic. That culture is so demeaning to a human being. And there are people who work 40 years in that environment and do that. And then retire. Right? Within 1 year, I could not survive. I was suffocated. Left. Anyway. Now let me just do the math. You have to work 8 hours and you only worked 2 hours. That means you work 25% of the time. And you work for 40 years. Actually, in 40 years, you just work 10 years. Correct? That's the math. In 40 years, you work 10 years. But you receive 40 years salary. It means in this lifetime, you owe in 30 years salary. How you will not be born as a slave and work and not get no salary? How you will not be a slave for 30 years somewhere and get no salary already which you took? There is no other way. Unless, let me tell you the other far-fetched possibility. What is the far-fetched possibility? You're born here now and somebody tells you, my dear, in your last life, you had taken 30 years salary which did not belong to you. Now you work and pay it back. That is the other far-fetched possibility. Anybody will believe that? Anybody prepared to do that? No, I have to be born as a slave and make sure that I pay back that thing without getting salary. This is sansar. This is bondage. And we don't know what we have done and what we have not done. So now, this karma yoga is the first yoga which comes in this Bhagavad Gita, and it tells, look, now the karma which you are doing every day is selfish karma. You learn to make that into karma yoga. And the first thing we saw yesterday, the first idea, of course, the underlying idea of karma yoga is yajna bhava. We saw that in one of the previous days. I have to do things as sacrifice because the whole universe, it means to say, the rationale for karma yoga is the principle by which the universe works. The whole universe sacrifices for me, and therefore I have to sacrifice for the universe. But that sacrifice now is given in detail in various ways here now. So the first principle to make that into a sacrifice is I have to work and not be attached to results. I do my work and let the results be. Asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. We saw yesterday or the previous day, or I don't know which day. I can't keep track of the days and things. Not be attached to the karma phala, the result. You just do your action and let Bhagavan take care of. Gurudev used to summarize this very nicely in short language. What is it? Do your best and leave the rest. How easy. Nice thing. So now, in all of that, Bhagavan, Arjuna asked Bhagavan, Prabhu, anybody you have seen who works like this? In Yajna Bhav, Karma Yoga spirit. Working for the world only. Yeah, he said, yeah, Janak Maharaj. Acha, theek hai, Janak ji Maharaj lived long time. Maybe that's old time thing. Anybody in modern time? What do you mean in modern? Me. Bhagavan, you have the example right in front of you. He works like that. So he gave the example of Janakji Maharaj and he gave his own example. And one of the important reasons for working properly is because I am also always an exemplar for others. I have people looking at me, younger brother seeing older brother, children seeing parents, daughters seeing mothers, sons seeing fathers, like that, how they do. So we have to be very careful about what we do. And if we see them doing the wrong thing, well, this happens in the world all the time. We don't think. One father was telling me, Swamiji, it's a real story. Swamiji, please talk to the boy now. Please talk to the boy. I said, what boy? My son. Talk to my son. What happened? Swamiji, he's only 16 years and he's smoking. Poof, poof, poof. Only 16 years. And while the father was telling me that, he had a cigarette in his hand. Kya baat hai bhaiya? So, the idea is, he is an example for his son, and now we try to bring the Swami inside there to short circuit the example. So Bhagavan tells about how important it is for us to do our duty and our work and have our behavior. Acharan word he used there. In that verse, Acharan word comes means our behavior and conduct and all what we do. And that should be in every aspect of our life. And I was telling also, in Sanatana Dharma, the Pandit has a further responsibility because he is in a privileged position. So he has to be very, very careful. So now, here, Bhagavan continues in this spirit of leadership, and because we are exemplars for others in this verse which we just chanted, and it's a very famous verse also. Like I said, I don't know which verse is not famous, but they are all famous. Na buddhi vedam janayet, it tells how to lead. Na buddhi vedam janayet. First of all, don't confuse the mind of ordinary people. Here they are called ajnanam karma sanginam. Don't confuse the mind of ordinary people who are ignorant, means don't know shastras, don't know scriptures, don't know this, don't confuse their mind, don't confuffle their mind. I don't know if there's a word. Confuffle is a word? and the karma sangina, who are attached to actions. So they are ignorant and attached to actions and personal results and selfish activity and this. Don't confuse their mind. What is the approach then? The approach is Joshayet. What you have in your text there? Joshayet? Huh? Joshayet. There is another recension, Yojayet. Same thing. Joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samacharan. Again samacharan. It means, I'll give you the example, it's like this. Suppose you see all the people going in the wrong direction like this, look. People going in the wrong direction. Because that happens all the time in history, in civilization, that happens in religion. People are doing wrong things all the time. So suppose you see people going in the wrong direction, wrong practices, wrong understanding, wrong, whatever. He says, don't come like head on and, hey, what you are doing is wrong, you know. You should not be doing this. Do as I tell. The approach is this. You join also and go along with them and then take them. If you're going to be a leader, I'm talking about in society. Go along and fall in line. And then slowly turn like that. This is the approach. Na buddhi vedam janayet. Don't attack people head on and tell, oh, this thing is wrong, that thing is wrong, and you make a gentle turn. This is the idea. Joshayet sarva karmani. Engage them in action and then now see how we can purify the same action. But the action doesn't stop. And all the purification that is required is a change of attitude. Here. So this is the topic which is going on. But leadership is also coming. Now, Bhagavan used a word just now, which is ajnanam karma sanginam. And now, ajnanam karma sanginam means people, this is us, who are ignorant and who means I don't know Shastra. Ignorant means I don't know Shastras and all. I don't know what is karma yoga, I don't know the principles of the Upanishads and all those kind of things, right? In other words, people who are taken over by the gunas of Prakriti, and I am now really a victim of ajnan, which is at the individual level, the Maya only. Now let me just clarify a few words, because you would have heard many words. One word is called Maya. Another word is called Prakriti. Another word is called Pradhan. Another word is called as Avyakta. So many words are there, right? They all refer to the same thing. So we just use one word now. What is that word called? Maya. Right? And Maya is made up, in the 7th chapter this will come again. Mama Maya. Bhagavan uses the word Maya directly there. It is made up of 3 gunas. So it is not that there is something called Maya and then there is this Maya, he remains separate but he has 3 gunas. Not like that. The 3 gunas total together is called Maya. Trigunatmika Maya. Now you all would have heard these 3 gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. What is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas? Well, the whole universe in which we are living is suffused with these three, sattva, rajas and tamas. So now, like for example, tamas is inertia. If I put this thing here today and I come back tomorrow, it is still there, it doesn't move. Inertia, I mean, lethargic, dead, lazy, like it will stay there. So that guna, that quality of tamas is there in the universe. That is why when you go back home now, your home is there. If tamas were not there, when you go back home, your home would have gone by the neighbor. Tamas kept it there. But at the same time, the three gunas are there in everything. At the same time, even though the thing may seem to be stationary and it is given to the guna of tamas, inertia and all that, without you knowing, it is also moving. So that's rajas. Rajas is movement, activity. It is moving in about 5 directions right now. You ask any scientist, he'll tell you. See, every electron inside of this is moving. So there's a lot of movement and intense movement happening inside. So that is one. Then it is sitting on the earth. So the earth is rotating on its own axis. That is 2. Then the earth is also tilting. Northern solstice and Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. That is 3. Then the earth is also going around the sun. That is 4. And our solar system with our 9 planets belong to a whole big Milky Way, and it is going around in the Milky Way. That's 5, and actually now science is telling more. I am only telling 5. So it is now, this thing is stationary or this thing is moving? Well, it is stationary and moving at the same time. Now, last, that is called rajas, that movement. And how many movement? Simultaneously. That movement and activity in the universe is called as rajas. And the inertia which you see doesn't, when I come tomorrow, it's still there. And some of our minds like that also. A lot of lethargy and inertia, and it doesn't move. You tell 2 plus 2, boy, is 22. But last week I taught you 2 plus 2 is 4. But the mind doesn't want to move to learn it. Anyway, the last one called sattva, this movement of this thing is not any chaotic movement. It's a predictable and neat, calculable movement. Because you can tell exactly to how many degrees it will be in which day of the earth, how much is it tilted, when it will tilt. That is very calculable actually. It's a neat, that's called sattva. It's an intelligent movement, not any chaotic movement it is there. There is no chaos in the universe. It's a cosmos, it's not a chaos. So now, these 3 gunas, that intelligence is sattva. So there is tamas, there is rajas, and there is sattva in the neatness and in the predictability and in the intelligence by which the universe moves. These 3 gunas put together is called as maya. But the problem there now is that the jiva is given to a lot of tamas and rajas, and the jiva doesn't culture or foster enough rajas to understand the whole machinery, cosmic machinery, and so it remains in the 3 gunas, maya, and not knowing really. It doesn't foster enough sattva to understand. That is like the Swami Vivekananda tells about the pond frog and the ocean frog. What is pond frog and ocean frog? One day the ocean frog came to visit the pond frog. The frog is living in a little pond. So the pond frog asked, "Who are you?" He said, "I am ocean frog." Ocean frog? What is ocean frog? Oh, I live in the ocean. So, what is ocean? Ocean is a big body of water. Really? Big body of... How big? And the pond frog jumped from here to there. This big? He jumped from here to there. You mean the ocean this big? No, not this big. Way bigger. Oh, bigger than that. So then you jump from there to by the wall. You mean this big? No, man, infinitely bigger than this thing. He said, you are a liar, you get lost from here, you call all the other frog, you throw he out. He lying. Because this fellow is living in this little pond and this is all he knows. His mind is restricted. This is exactly, Swami Vivekananda gives this for the jiva. Exactly the jiva who is living in this sansar. If you start seeing a little bit of astronomy, these people who study all the stars and all, we on this earth, we do not feed you also. A creature who doesn't feed you, he feels that he knows everything and he is the king of the world, and he speaks with such abhiman and such this and that. Bhagavan will talk about that thing just now. If people feel if not for me, this world will not run. The one who doesn't feed here, he feels if it had not been for me, nothing would have happened. This world will not tick. Because he's caught up in these three gunas called Maya, and which is characterized by, at the individual level, that Maya is called as Ajnana, Avidya, two words are there. Ignorance. So he caught up in the ignorance and he doesn't know. So Bhagavan now is going to talk about these three gunas of Maya and Prakriti and how it's working, and this jiva and what he thinks in these three gunas and all in several verses. That's 3 verses in one shot. We'll do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki
Jai.
Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvashaha. This is a very famous verse actually. Again, I am saying the same thing. What Bhagavan is talking about is what I hinted at just now in the previous, when I was talking about in the previous verse. And that is, really, let me ask a question. Does this universe depend on you, or do you depend on this universe? I tell you, this universe could very well do without us, especially human beings. Huh? See the earth. If we just take our little earth here, because we are an invisible speck in this whole cosmos. On the earth, we cannot live without plants, we cannot live without animals, we cannot live without the little microbes, we cannot live without all the little creatures on the earth, because they aerate the earth and this and that, and they do everything, right? And the little microbes in our belly, they help to digest our food and all that. But let me tell you, those fellows could very well live without all of us. Correct? So we are the ones who are dispensable. They are indispensable. We are dispensable. In other words, we are the most insignificant among the whole, all these species living. So this first thing. Second thing is, as I said before, we depend on the world doesn't depend on us. That means to say what? It means the implications of that. The implication of this statement is, look here, my dear, if you were not there, if I were not there, everything will continue in this world just as normal. Correct? No, if I was not there, there would have, how these children would have been born? If I were not there, how these children would have been born? Hey, don't be deluded again. Bhagavan is telling, if Bhagavan wants to send these children in the world and you are not there, but Bhagavan cannot find parents or what? Then what Bhagavan he is? He'll very well find the parents. You don't worry about that. And you never think that if I were not there, they could not have come into the world and this and that. Now, Bhagavan takes this whole thing one step further. He says, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. My Prakriti, my Maya with the three gunas is what is doing everything in this world. My Prakriti, my Maya, made up of three gunas, is doing everything in this world. And you don't ever think that you are doing, if you were not there, this would not have been done. If I were not there, that would not have been done. And the other thing, and what would have happened if I were not there? No. And if you were not there, that thing might have happened better. You don't know. See, as you say, if I was not there, this temple would not have been built. If I were not there, the temple would not have been built. So what? If Bhagavan wants a temple, he can't get people to do it or what? I have to understand that Bhagavan's Prakriti is working and is getting everything done. And the second line is a very strong line. This is a line which is quoted by all Mahatmas. Last time I heard this being quoted by Sant Murari Bapu. I quote profusely everywhere, but all the great sages also, they quote this. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. It is a great ego, ahankar, to think that I am doing anything in this world. And had it not been for me, that would not have been done, and that would not have been done. And There's a nice story of the man who was the sole breadwinner in the house. Have you heard? He was the sole breadwinner in the house. So he used to bully everybody. Hey, bring me shoes, bring me socks, bring chai, bring me water, bring food. Because he's the sole breadwinner, so he thinks that he could. Yeah, and what he means to say, without me, you all will die. But you know that doesn't happen, isn't it? Have you ever seen one person in the house die and everybody die behind him? No, never happens. So one day he actually died under the house like this. And then all of them started crying and weeping and wailing and lamenting and this and that and all. And then all the authorities came and all and everything. And they were taking him out on a stretcher. And while going through that door, his hand was hanging outside the stretcher like this. And his hand hit the doorpost. And he woke up. He came back alive. So he found that he was lying down on a stretcher. So he asked, what happened? What happened? They said, you had died. But he came out from the stretcher and everything, and he continued bullying everybody in the house for another 6 months, and then he died again. And again they came, all the authorities came, and then the undertakers came, and again they were taking him out on a stretcher. And this time while they were taking him out, the second time the wife shouted, watch out for our doorpost, eh? Let them. Because they realize, see, the idea is, nobody in this world is indispensable. I was telling you now. We are all dispensable. Big Mahatma Gandhi died. Anything stopped in the world? Anything stopped? Nothing. Big people will die and nothing stopped. Everything goes on. So I should not think that I am so indispensable and without me this thing, that thing. But anyway, Bhagavan's, that is one idea only. Bhagavan's idea is, my dear, you please understand, it's my Prakriti which is doing everything in this world. My Prakriti is doing everything through these three gunas. In the next verse he tells, Tattva vittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayoho gunaguneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. Gunas are working with guna, means three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Now let me explain. That is a very profound, very deep thing. Gunas in the form of these senses, operating on gunas in the form of objects. So I just explained to you that this object is subject to the three gunas, right? Well, my eye is no different. My eye also is made up of sattva, rajas and tamas. So it is this eye which is made up of sattva, rajas and tamas. And of course, the other way to characterize this at other places in the scriptures is it is made up of the 5 elements. There is no difference in the. There's only a difference in the what you call the makeup in terms of words. It is the same sattva, rajas, and tamas, which pervade all the 5 elements also. But anyway, 5 elements of sattva, rajas, and tamas make up the eyes, and now the eyes see it. Then the eyes send message to the brain. Now, what do you think the brain is made up of now, though? Same 5 elements, same sattva, rajas and tamas. So now the brain thinks, aha, if I get this thing, mine. The brain thinks like that. Or the brain thinks something, oh, if I get that, my son or my daughter, it will be good for them. But whatever you'll think, right? But if the 5 elements and the gunas are not there, the eyes cannot perceive the object. If those 5 elements and sattva, rajas, tamas, they are not there, none of this could happen. But this is all that is happening in the universe, and it is happening by dint of Bhagavan, not by me. But that because we have not fostered and engendered and cultured sufficient sattva to see all of that in one grasp, we that little ego which is there, think, I am the doer, I am the one who is doing, and without me this thing will not happen, and I am doing it for, oh Bapre, that ego which is born there. So Bhagavan says, look, this is gunas working with the gunas, and everything in this world is going on by him only, by his prakriti only. Prakriti guna sammudaha sajjante guna karmasu tan akrishna vidaha mandan krishna vit navichalayet. But the idea is, Bhagavan says, people, and this still ties in back with his leadership, people who do not understand this thing, we don't come and tell, oh, you're so foolish. What is the matter with you? Look here, you come to Bhagavad Gita class, you come and sit down and learn chanting, and slowly we'll learn the meaning, and slowly we'll understand the deeper import of the Shastras, scriptures and all that kind of thing, and slowly all things will become clear to you. So you also sit in the class and you also think about Gita and all that kind of thing, like that. We should not suddenly say, oh, all this foolishness, I don't know why you are doing this, why you are doing all this, you should not be doing like that. Don't unsettle the mind, means the ones who have the knowledge should not unsettle the mind of the one who do not have the knowledge. If anything is presented, it has to be presented in a logical fashion so that you will be able to understand that what thing is going on. So now I told you now, very logically, all these things are very logical things. See, really, you just think. Logical thing is, if I were not there, anything in this world will stop. You have to show what will stop. No, Swamiji, every morning I was taking 5 children to school. So now I die. So the children will stop going to school or what? Prakriti, nature, will make sure that they go to school. And the nature, of course, is always concurring with their karma and this and that. And if they have to go to school, they will go. So thinking like this along the lines of the Shastras, no, I have to now give up this feeling that I am indispensable, and without me this world will not go around and all that kind of thing. Because the only person who can say that is Bhagwan. Bhagwan is indispensable. We are all dispensable. From an ordinary standpoint we are talking. Now, previously we had seen that the very important element of karma yoga summed up in the whole is called as yajna. And now we are breaking down that yajna, and the first element of the yajna is I should not be attached to the result of action. I should not be attached to the result of action. It's called as karma phala. Now these are all the technical words. Karma phala tyag. Now the second important element of karma yoga is coming up in the yajna bhav, in yajna spirit. What is that? See down, this is number 30. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Mai sarvani karmani sannyasyadyatma chetasa.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jvaraha.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. The other element of this thing is called as Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. You will hear all of these technical words when people talk in intellectual circles about karma yoga and all. So the first one is called karma phala tyag. Next one is called Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, means I do the work, whatever I am doing, and I surrender it to Ishvara. To say, I am doing it for Ishvara means Lord. I am doing it for the Lord. Now, some people don't like this type of language, this type of word and all that kind of thing. I'm doing it for God. That is why Bhagavan had used that word before. It's called a loka sangraha. Because all the great sages, you will hear Swami Vivekananda ji also said, if you want to serve God, serve man. It means to say, it is Bhagavan who is manifested as his whole universe. So serve humanity like that. Huh? So, people who don't like to say, I do it and I surrender it to Bhagavan. You don't like that type of language? You use the other language. I do it for the benefit of humanity. I do it for the benefit of the world. Loka sangraha mevapi. Loka sangraha came 2 times, that word. So, Bhagavan says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. In a spirit of, in deep spirituality, do all actions and surrender it to me. Mai sarvani karmani. That's one meeting at the ordinary level. At the ordinary level, I do it and I surrender it to Ishvara. Let it be what it may after that. At the deeper level, the meaning of this phrase is, you give up karitritva bhav, that I am the doer. Surrender karitritva bhav, that I am the doer. Ishvara is doing it. That is the higher level. I am not doing it at all. Ishvara is doing everything. Bhagavan is Sri Ramayana. Hoi soi jo Ram rachi rakha, o kari harg badhave saatha.
Shri Ram Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama.
Hoi soi jo Ram rachi rakha,
Shri Ram Jai Rama.
ko kari tark badhave saatha.
Shri Ram Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama.
Syavara Ramachandra ki jai. So this phrase, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya, that this phrase has 2 meanings. I told one, now I'll introduce. I'll tell some difficult words. Sanskrit language is so nice also. I cannot help but. So, the 2 meaning at the ordinary level, the meaning is this. I feel that I am the doer. It is called kartritva bhav. I feel that I am the doer. But I am doing for Ishvara. So I retain kartritva bhav, the feeling of doership. So this is the first meaning of the phrase. The second meaning of the phrase is, I relinquish the feeling of doer also. The kartritva bhav, I relinquish that thing. I am not a doer. Ishvara is doing. So I relinquish all ownership of having done. So this is at the higher level. So now you know, we first have to go to high school before we go to university. We have to go through the stages. You have to first go through brahmacharya stage, then you go to householder stage. People mix up things. So at the ordinary level, I have to work like this, and I'm doing it for Ishvara. So there is Kartritva Bhav, there is feeling of doership. But if I do that well enough, I will be able to later drop that doership and realize, I myself, I am not doing. Ishvara is doing everything. And until we reach there, we should not go on saying, no, Ishvara is doing, People like to give big talk and all. No, Ishvara is doing. But in the back of his mind, he thinks that he did. So we should not do like that. He says, in real spirituality, we have to work like this. Nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatachvaraha. My dear Arjuna, you fight this battle, giving up this fever of ignorance which you have in your mind. And delusion and all. What is that? And nirashihi nirmamaha. These words are coming again in the second chapter at the end, where it says nirmamo nirahankar. Here is nirmamaha. Nirmamo again is coming. And nirashihi. Nirashihi means without hopes and expectation. I am doing for Ishvara, but I hope he'll bless me. I am doing for Ishvara, but I hope he'll give me this, and he'll give me that, and he'll give me the other thing. This is the meaning. Nirashi means no, I should not be hoping for. If I just said, I am doing my work and I am doing it for Ishvara and let it be as it may, then where is hope in that? That Ishvara will do this and Ishvara will do that and Ishvara will do the other thing. And I tell you, the person who is Nirashi, Ishvara takes care of that person amply. He doesn't have to worry about anything. And the one who worries about everything, well, Ishvara said, you're already taking care of yourself, why I should take care of you? Bina mange moti mile. Mange mile na bhik. In Hindi it is said that the one who goes on craving, he cannot even get alms. And the one who craves nothing, who hopes for nothing, he gets everything. Jewels and gems. Bina mange moti mile. So anyway, Nirashi means one who has no hopes and expectations. I am hoping to get this, I am hoping to get that. I'm just concerned with doing my work very nicely for Ishvara. That is the idea. And nirmamaha, and not thinking anything in this world to be mine. Mine. I should not feel this is mine, that is mine, that is mine. And because when I go, I cannot take it. खाली हाथ से आया और खाली हाथ से जाएंगे हम सब. We came with empty hands and we will leave with empty hand. You should never think anything in this world is mine. Now Bhagavan tells in 2 verses, those people who follow this, my teaching, and those people who don't follow my teaching. Because this world has 2 types of people. That's why you see all the scriptures, there are Puranas everywhere. There will be Devatas and there will be Asuras. Have you seen? There will be Devatas and Asuras. But there will be those who follow the scriptures and follow what is taught in Shastras and all the spirituality and all that. And there will be those who say, hey, what is all this thing, man? All useless thing, Chalo, hum party jayenge. We'll go to some party downtown and we'll have a nice time and all that kind of thing. And we'll eat and drink and be merry and we'll have a good time. What scriptures and all. You go to that party and you can take Bhagavad Gita. You say, Bhaiya, I brought Bhagavad Gita. First he'll throw Bhagavad Gita out and then throw you behind it. You follow. So you really have to follow, because the Gita went out the window and you also follow. So Bhagavan is telling them, these 2 types. The world will be like that. The world is made up of a duality. I told that on the first day itself. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, मतमिदं नित्यम् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तः मुच्यन्ते श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तः मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तः नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम्
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टं चेतसः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान् चेतसः
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare.
You know, growing up in the villages, all of you would have heard this all the time. Huh? Are boy, what happened to you? Your ears hard or what? Have you heard? What's wrong with you? Your ears hard. Means I'm telling you what is the proper thing to do, what is the right thing to do, and you know. In Trinidad we say that's a little bit different. What happened to what we say? Oh yeah. In Trinidad we don't say your ears hard. We say your head hard. What happened to your head hard or what? Well, if it is that kind of bhav, Bhagavan is using here now. What type of bhav is he say? Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha means human beings, plural. Manavaha, ye manavaha, me matam me mama matam, idam nityam. This knowledge which I have just taught you in Bhagavad Gita, me matam mama matam means whatever principles and ideas of karma yoga and all things which I have just taught you. He said, those people, manavaha, anutishtanti, they study it, they get established in it, they follow it. Huh? Such people, then what? And how also he tells, shraddhavantaha, with faith, shraddha. That what Bhagavan Krishna is telling. So that thing has to be correct. Shraddhavantaha, anasuyantaha, and don't complain. Oh God, you mean I have to go and listen to Gita again? And that Swami goes on and on and on. I could never understand what he is saying. And I have to go and listen to that thing again. He complained. And he said, when you tell him, hey, you know, Chinmay Mission is doing 108 Gita Yajna. Come, let us go there. Then he no man, that thing, from what time he'll talk? He'll talk from 7 o'clock. What time he'll finish? You ask him all this thing, no? He'll finish 8:30. Oh God, hour and a half. And I have to sit down on the floor. But it's good for you. Acha, theek hai. It's good for me. when I finish, I'll get food. He find every excuse, that fellow, and complaining about everything. Bhagavan said the person who doesn't complain and who has Shraddha and he studies what I have taught so far and he follows that thing, he becomes established in that thing. Anutishtanti, he becomes established and follows that thing. He says, Muchyante te api karmabhi. That fellow will become free from this cycle of birth and death which is warranted by karma. Karmabhihi. He'll become free from the cycle of birth and death. Muchyante becomes free. What about the other fellows? No. That is told in the next line, in the next verse. What is that? Yetu etebhyaha yetu etat abhyasuyantaha. But those people who go on complaining all the time, nanutishtanti me matam, and they don't listen to this, they don't study, they don't follow, they don't do anything. They complain only, all is useless thing. This Baba ji and this Pandit ji and this Swami, they only go to take people money. So they complain like this. And all this religious thing, that is money making business, that have no truth in it. Like that. People who do like this, and this is Sarva Jnana Vimudam Stan, totally deluded with regard to all proper knowledge. He doesn't have any proper knowledge. And if you tell him any proper knowledge also, he says that this is all useless, bekar, futile thing. This is useless thing we are going to. Who say like that? Vidhi, please understand. Bhagavan is saying. You understand what will happen to that person? Nashta. Nashtan achetasaha. They get destroyed. Mean they go from one birth to the next, and in this birth, kabhi, what is it called? Manushya Janma, kabhi Gadha, kabhi Bandar, kabhi Crocodile, kabhi Bhains. From one birth to the next, from one birth is Bhaisa. Bhaisa means buffalo. One birth is donkey. One birth is monkey. One birth is frog, dog, hog. Anything could be born. Cockroach. Because the Kathopanishad tells it could be born as a tree. You're born as a tree. And people come and they nail and to hang clothes. Now what you'll do? You take the hammer and nail on there? You can't do anything. So anyway, Achetasaha, Bhagavan he uses strong words in Gita. You please see, Bhagavan is a realist. Realist. Realist means, you see, he calls Achetasaha, means foolish. Foolish. Because in a dualistic world, you will meet people who are very wise, and you will meet people who are very foolish. That is correct or not? That is the meaning of duality. That is the meaning of a positive charge and a negative charge in the atom. You will meet those who are wise and those who are otherwise. The world is like that. So, we have to decide now which side I am going to be on. I will be on the side of wise, or I will be on the side of otherwise. You see? And why they don't follow? This is given now number 33. See. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakrite jnanavanapi.
शरणं मम
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृते ज्ञानवानपि. Even one with knowledge, he follows his own nature. So why one will follow the Shastras and one will not follow the Shastras and follow the other thing? One will go to Satsang and one will go to Kusang. The opposite of Satsang is called as Kusang. Dussang also. The bad side always have more. This side we only have Satsang. This side you have, two words are there. Kusang and Dussang. Yeah. So anyway, why one will choose this and one will choose that? Bhagavan says, his own nature. And who makes my nature? I make my nature block by block. Over lifetimes. I make my own nature. So by every little right choice I make, every little right choice. Like for example, now when we are singing, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. If I make the right choice and I follow, and I also say Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, that is adding one more block to making my nature. And if I say, man, I fed up with our Swami, he only telling us Shri Krishna only. Why he tell something else? There's another block for a different type of nature. So I build my nature block by block. And that nature now makes me choose satsang or kusang. So why some people follow and some people do not follow? Well, we have built our nature over a long period of time. You know that. If you're going to play tennis, every swing of the hand is going to determine whether you will be a good tennis player or not, isn't it? How many times you have to do it? Millions of times. And you will become a tennis player. You go there, swing 2 times and you go to sleep. What tennis player you will become? Every nature is built block by block. With every time I chant Ram, every time I chant Krishna, every time I open one page of the Bhagavad Gita, I'm choosing the side of satsang. And when I choose the other things, well, and then that nature is there to haunt me now, or bless me, whichever I choose. So, sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakate jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyate. I'm just telling this from a very ordinary level. And all of these verses can be seen from very ordinary, what we call as vyavaharik level, and they can also be seen from a paramarthik level. So, because we are dealing with this in society, we are seeing from a very ordinary level. So, I build my nature, and then my nature is there to follow me now, to dictate what I will do and what I will not do. You see? So now if you see the person, Bhagavan says, Nigraha kim karishyate, why to put any obstacle? The man is choosing kusang, you can't go there and pull him from the rum shop and hey boy, sit down here, otherwise I'll beat you. You could do. You can do. Nature will take him there. And Nigraha kim, why you put in obstacles in the man's path? There are other things you can do, but why you cannot really, I mean, you can try to persuade, talk, and like, but the world will have the 2 type of natures. Okay, now, there are 2 more verses, and then Arjuna will ask a question. A very profound question also, that will have to come tomorrow. Actually in this portion of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking some very profound questions. Good thing he asked also. I'll tell you the question. Since you will not be there tomorrow, let me tell you the question. But I'll not tell the answer, because the answer long. Arjuna's question, very profound. Atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya. Oh Varshneya, he calls Krishna Varshneya. What is that thing which causes me to do papa? Papa, I told you, roughly translates as sin. What is that thing which causes me to do papa in spite of myself? I don't want to do it, but I do it. Tremendous question, actually. But that has to come. We'll pick up that thing tomorrow. Let me tell you where now. Sosdaik. This side. You have to keep going down the same road. So is that Vishnu Mandir? 7 to 8:30 East Bank. Sosdaik. Okay. A special thank you to Pandit Rajendra Maharaj, Pandit Mahindra Dubey, and Molly Ji, and now Pandit Ganesh also came, and thank you for arranging tonight. Nicely we had, and we'll see tomorrow in Soizak. If you all have the time, please do come. It's closer to here than to where we are living. All right, one of these bookmarks have been made for each of you. Please see this. We just printed this for this 108 night occasion, and it will be like a little memento. You'll remember. It happens like that. Keep it in some book somewhere, and you'll see it in 25 years. Oh, I had gone there, like that. You will remember. Okay, now let me tell you some other announcements. On Saturday coming, we have a Vanaprastha workshop at the ashram in Manripo. Vanaprastha is the third stage of life, very, very important, and is becoming more and more. This type of workshop is taking on more significance in today's world, because in today's world, what is happening, because of the fast pace of change, Vanaprasthis, those who are in the third stage of their life and last stage, they are getting left behind in old age homes. Vriddha ashram it is called, and children don't have time for them, and this is happening more and more. I know, because people approach us to ask for solutions. So many people. Swamiji, you don't have place in the ashram, I want to leave my mother and father there. We'll pay. And they live in New York, or they live in Toronto, or they live in some other. We'll pay, we don't mind paying the money, but you can't keep them in the ashram. We get that all the time. Oh, okay, but okay, you said you know somebody from the ashram who could go and take care of them every day? We'll pay. The children have no time for them. I tired hear this. That is because the stages have not been lived properly. The stages have to be lived properly. So the workshop will be about these type of things. Okay. On Saturday from 9 to 12 in the morning at the Manripo Ashram, Chinmay Mission there. On the next day, from 5 to 6:30 in the evening, we will have satsang at the ashram also. Ramayana satsang. Because every day we are doing Gita. People want to hear little Ramayana also. Gita chanting competition will take place in June. You have to learn to chant the Gita and then enter the competition in June. It is being sponsored by the High Commission of India, the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center here in Georgetown, and Chinmay Mission. 3 organizations have come together to put on this Gita chanting. You will learn Gita chanting professionally. Devji and Jinaji are here to teach Gita to you, and then you can have the competition in June. Okay. Saturday 8th of March from 11 to 2. 8th of March we are having at the ashram. Saturday gone we had dosa. Well, 8th of March we will have pizzoti. Pizzoti is a blend between pizza and pepper roti. Pepper roti is a big roti like this, stuffed with pepper and hot things and all. So we blended that with pizza and called it pizzoti. So you have to come to the ashram to try it on the 8th of March. Our final conclusion and grand finale of this 108 nights will take place right here in town at the Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground. on the 3rd of May from 5 o'clock in the evening. 3rd of May, 5 p.m. You're all invited. Please keep the date. It's a Saturday. And we're expecting people from all the various temples and all to join. Don't miss the opportunity. In July, in the summertime, we have a camp at the ashram in Manripo for children. Bhagavad Gita camp. Prime Minister Modi ji was saying that he went to Japan on an official visit and he had to take a present for the Japanese Prime Minister. And he said, I was thinking, what valuable thing that we have in Bharat that I can take for the Japanese Prime Minister. And the only thing that could come to my mind is Bhagavad Gita. Because this text is immaculate from every standpoint. And so what more valuable thing from Bharat that I could take for the Prime Minister of Japan? And he took Bhagavad Gita for him. And Bhagavad Gita is actually going to be the text of the 21st and 22nd century. This century is coming up. The West is paying tremendous attention to Bhagavad Gita. People are going through all the words and pages. It will way surpass every other text known in Sanatana Dharma. And so, if you have two people teaching Bhagavad Gita, chanting even from at this stage in Guyana, we don't have this in Trinidad even. You will one step ahead. So you should not miss the opportunity. Okay. And send the children to the Bhagavad Gita camp. They will get ahead. Alright. July 14th to August 1st at the ashram. And finally the Vedanta course for those people who want to study this type of knowledge, study Sanskrit and become teachers in the society for Sanatana Dharma. Proper training is required. And there's a 2-year course at the ashram in Trinidad starting on the 2nd of October. You have to be 30 years and under, have a university degree and be unmarried, and then a scholarship is given. Everything will be taken care of there. Stay in the ashram for 2 years and study every single day, no holidays, absolutely no holidays. And classes go from 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. So that type of training happens in our Mumbai ashram, and the only other place is in Trinidad, in English medium, English Sanskrit. Other places it happens in other languages, but in English, only 2 places in the world. Alright, that starts on the 2nd of October. Okay, we'll have Aarti and we'll conclude. Okay. Let us all stand for Aarti. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Harihi Kamala Vihari, Harihi Kamala Vihari, Sundari Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Dharma Sumarma Prakashini Kama Sakti Haramaya
Kama Sakti Hara,
Tattva Jnana Vikashini
Tattva Jnana Vikashini.
Ya Brahma Para
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Nishala Bhakti Vidhai Nirvala Malahari मुखकारी
ओम जय भगवती के
राग द्वेष विदारे तारिणी मोद सदा मैया
तारिणी मोर सदा
भवभयहारिणि तारिणी
भवभयहारिणि तारिणी
परमानंद
आनंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवती के
आसुर भाव विनाशे नाशिनी कमरजनी मैया
नाशिनी दमरजनी
दैवी सगुणदायिनी
देवी सगुणदायिनी
हरि रसिका सजनी
ओम जय भगवती के
समता त्याग सिखावन हरि मुख की बानी मैया
हरिमुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
श्रुतियों की रानी
ओम जय भगवती के
दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय मैया
मातु कृपा की जय
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर
अपनों कर जय
ओम जय भगवती के जय भगवती के मैया जय भगवती के हरिय कमल विहारिणी हरिय कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुखनी के ओम जय भगवती के
ओम जय भगवती
ओम जय भगवती के ओम जय भगवती के
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हरि ओम
प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान